Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you here today with an article from the Federalist dated November 8th, and it says TikTok is a cesspool of pro-terrorist propaganda. Yeah, I don't have TikTok. I have no intention of having a TikTok, but I've seen, people make videos about TikToks and seen other media that's played these specific TikToks about the Israel and Hamas thing, and it's definitely indoctrinating people to the wrong side, which is the Hamas side. Subheadline says over the span of 2 weeks, anti Israel content outpaced pro Israel content in the US by more than two times. Yes, that's a problem. If it was even, okay, but this is a problem. As harassment and death threats of Jewish creators on TikTok have led to more than a dozen high profile creators, including Amy Schumer, to sign a joint letter calling on TikTok to be more proactive in fighting anti Semitism. Your Jewish creators who regularly enliven the For You page with videos of dancing, cooking, singing, and positivity of all kinds are being bombarded with abhorrent and inhumanity solely due to our ethno-religious identity, the letter stated. This hate and vitriol is not rare, spontaneous, or unexpected. Sadly, rampant anti Semitism is a common problem that TikTok has failed to address for far too long. Well, I'm not a fan of Amy Schumer personally, but that's a good statement. That's a good way to start, but they're not going to freaking do anything about it because they don't give a shit. There's the creator of call on TikTok to treat the spread of false information surrounding the Israel Hamas conflict like it treated so called misinformation about COVID 19. For these videos, the creators hope to see warnings to viewers that they may be seeing inaccurate information. Why can't you do this here? Well, because it's TikTok. It says fallacious headlines and explainers cannot be walked back once they misinform millions of viewers. The letter states correct. It's kind of like what YouTube does. Like if you even mentioned, like now that I mentioned, this particular thing, I'm probably gonna get a little blurb underneath the video. It's a like that's tracked or whatever for it's referencing Wikipedia, which is not a great source for things. In fact, Wikipedia themselves says not to use them as a source because of the misinformation on there. Um, but it's a way for them to, I guess, feel good about themselves. Like, oh, we fact checked this person, or just in case people had additional questions, we're going to link to a site that won't actually tell them the truth. But okay, I'm off that soapbox. Let's get down from there. It says right now a disparity exists on the app between pro-Israel and pro-Palestinian content, according to an Axios report. On the global from October 16th to the end of that month, 210,000 posts included the hashtag Stand with Palestine, and only 17,000 posts included the hashtag Stand with Israel. While TikTok is used worldwide and is popular among many Muslim countries, the disparity still exists when looking at content created in the United States alone. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, because there's a lot more Muslims than there are Jews in the world. So I'm like, that would make sense to me that there just are a lot more posts from Muslims who are using hashtag Stand with Palestine than there are from Jews saying Stand with Israel, even though, of course, there could be intermingling of those groups. So that's what my first thought when I saw it was, well, what about the United States? So finish this paragraph. It says over the span of 2 weeks, pro-Palestine content outpaced pro-Israel content in the U.S. by more than two times, and that was the sub headline. This TikTok says it removed more than 775,000 videos and ended 14,000 live streams promoting violence, terrorism, hate speech, misinformation, and other violations of its rules since the brutal October 7th Hamas attack. Well, I guess that's good, but who knows if that's real. However, some news accounts on TikTok omit information and use rhetoric that paints Israel in an unfavorable light. For instance, Under the Desk News is an account on TikTok that shares news of the day and has more than 3 million followers. On October 7th, the host of the show released a video talking about Hamas's attack on Israel. While describing the history between Israel and Gaza, the host made no mention of the history of pogroms on the Jewish people, nor did he discuss Arab revolts of Jewish migrants into Palestine. Some quick research reveals the Arabs' strong rejection of a Jewish state. Yeah, it doesn't really take too long, and I'm guessing this is, you know, what it was. Yeah, that would be. So, yep. So it says instead, the host said that the United Nations, everyone's favorite organization, decided to divide up this particular area of land into the state of Israel, the West Bank, and the Gaza Strip, and this was basically to divide Jewish folks from Arab folks, which, no. So this person is wrong right off the bat. Essentially painting the picture to viewers that the state of Israel is an artificial creation by Western powers and not a birthright to the Jewish people who throughout history faced genocide and mass displacement. In a follow-up video, the host said Hamas was composed of 20 to 25-year-old boys, claiming this is not as sophisticated a terror cell as some others have been. Yeah, any excuse for the terrorists. Yeah, those are the people that we need to defend, you absolute spoons. However, the host's characterization of Hamas is far from the truth, as the terrorist organization has access to rockets and drones, as well as an investment portfolio of $500 million and a military budget of $350 million. Any hackers out there? Can you get that money back? Because it's not being put to good use. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Do it in Minecraft. That's just one example, but it's troubling to see how the conflict is being presented on the app, especially since 26% of people under 30 get their news from TikTok. That's deeply upsetting, according to a Pew Research poll. Meanwhile, a Harvard poll revealed that 48% of 18 to 24-year-olds sided with Hamas. That's bad, and 51% believe Hamas is justified in killing 1,200 Israeli citizens. You are all stupid people who believe that. There's Rabbi Stuart Weinblatt of Congregation B'nai Tzedek in Potomac, Maryland, is shocked by the support he is seeing for Hamas. I'm shocked as well. Says are those who believe in sympathizing with this terrible organization, Weinblatt said in an interview. I have said to my congregation, what does that say about them? What does it say about those who align themselves with individuals who are so sadistic and so brutal and so cruel? Weinblatt has spearheaded a letter expressing the Jewish community's solidarity with Israel, garnering the signatures of 1,000 rabbis across the country. In a time of such terrible crisis and barbaric sadistic actions, there are many of us who have been very disappointed with the lack of condemnation or with the lack of understanding of the need for Israel to respond, Weinblatt said. TikTok has proved to be a risk to individual users' welfare and mental well being. Yeah, and then so let's just keep feeding them misinformation. Maybe that's the problem. The U.S. officials have repeatedly said that the Chinese-owned app poses a risk to national security. Yeah, if I was authoritarian rule of the world, TikTok would not be a thing anymore. So Senators Josh Hawley of Missouri, Rep. Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, and Senator Marco Rubio of Florida, all Republicans, have labeled Chinese-owned TikTok a hotbed for spreading anti-Semitism and pro-Hamas propaganda and reignited calls to ban the app. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. I would totally stand with banning the app. These people can certainly say what they want to say, but the app itself, even before this, was something that was pushing Chinese communist propaganda, which I think we know already communism is having a very detrimental effect on this country. So we should probably not be using an app that helps indoctrinate our children to a vicious, uh, repulsive, repressive ideology. But anyway, so thank you for the article from here. Oops, I meant to hit up, not down. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you agree with this? Do you use TikTok? Have you seen this information or misinformation on there? Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you soon. Bye.